Chapter 6. A Romantic Ramble to Loch Drochard. Now, it's been a while since the APL, aspiring pack leader, as I call old mountain boy, took us up a hill. He has other things on his mind these days, and I thought I'd bring you up to date with our hill exploits, or lack of them. Since my last and until now only contribution to this memoir, I've collected a brace of the Corbettes and another Monroe, and then, when things were ticking along just nicely, the APL starts getting over-friendly with a female APL called Elkie, and my Monroe bagging has nearly ground to a halt. Now, I'm just no having it. Low-level walks are for Caulford poodles, nae thoroughbred mountain dogs like me. Mind you, it's no all bad, though. Elkie's owner is a nice wee bird called Gretna. Now, I've known her since we were pups together, and over the last few weeks we've been seeing a lot more of each other, and I suppose I would say she's my main girl now. I do have a rival suitor for Miss Gretna's attentions, though. He's called Flinty, and I can't stand him. Anyway, less said about that nippy wee mongrel the better. Suffice to say, the last time we met up, yours truly showed him who was top dog, all right. Right enough, Flinty had a good haud on me with his gnashers, and I couldn't get a bite in. And if the truth really be known, things weren't exactly working out how I'd hoped they would, and I was probably looking at a severe doing. Luckily, my main man pulled me off him. Well, enough of the soap opera that's been my life for the last month, so let's talk hills and chasing things. Last weekend, me and Gretz decided to take our humans up to the Black Mount. I should point out that Stobba Corrier there was my first Monroe. I did it at 18 weeks old. Not that I'm bragging about that. Anyway, I was hoping to show off to Gretna and bag yon Stov Gavar at the same time. Not a lot to ask, is it? I mean, we all had to do a bit of the West Highland Way the other weekend just to suit Elkie's physical condition. And did I nag the APL about that? Bloody right I did. Anyways, when we get to the car park at Victoria Bridge, the APL pulls another fast one. The peak of the goat is off the agenda, and we're doing a nice wee low-level walk to Loch Drochard. Come on, what's going on here? What do you mean it's too bloody hot for a mountain? Look, if Blondie's no up to it, that's her problem. Don't get me wrong. I like the lassie, but I'm hacked off with these romantic rambles and picnics by babbling streams. Well, naturally, my objections fall on deaf ears, and to add further insult to injury, I'm kept on the lead, 'cause the lovely Gretna can't be trusted yet. Now, old mountain boy is pretty careless about the detail of low-level routes, and although he did read the warning notice about the damaged bridge, did he bother to look at his map? Well, did he hell? No, our aspiring pack leader was far too busy chatting to the lovely Elkie. I have to say it's a nice enough wee scenic trudge until we reached the aforesaid bridge, where whoop-de-doo, the bridge has subsided, and we have to ford the river. Now check this out. Me and wee Gretna are left to fend for ourselves, while our glorious hero carries the lovely Elkie across, so she doesn't get her tootsies wet or fall in. Come on, biggin, what's going on here? After that, we come to a wider stream, with stepping stones. Now, these stones are placed quite far apart, and I can tell our glorious leader doesn't fancy being a knight in shining armour this time. Plus, he'd have to carry me and Gretz across, because there's no way we are chancing it on our own. We are forced to make trackless progress over rough ground to a suspension bridge. I don't like this bridge one bit, so I crawl across it, very reluctantly. After that, I'm allowed off my lead for the final romp to Loch Drochard. Now, Mountain Boy wants to lunch on a wee sandy beach at the head of the loch, and en route we make a stop at a wee hut so they can have a fag. Progress onwards from there to the beach is pretty rough going at times, and my wee Gretna falls into a ditch. For once old Mountain Boy rises to the occasion and rescues her. Now, I don't want to seem ungrateful, but Gretna now thinks old Mountain Boy is some kind of superhero, and she starts licking him. Despite all his faults, the APL is my main man. But he better no try it on with Gretna. Right enough, the view from the beach is pretty good, and I can see the APL is really itching to climb something. He starts bragging on about having climbed all the mountains that we can see, and I think he's about to suggest that me and him go up something with wee Gretna and leave her at the hut. And to me, this makes perfect sense. But no, the lovely Elkie says she'd be too scared to stay at the hut on her own. This is getting to be a habit with that yin. She bottled it before we even got to the Lost Valley the other week, and I was meant to be taking me Gretna up her first Monroe. Looks like that's no happening any time soon, with Blondie from New York calling the shots here. Oh, what a crying shame. They had an argument, and she dumped him. Told him that he bored her. Now, I'm no complaining. We made a return trip to Victoria Bridge the other week, so I could bag yon Stobgabar. Just me and old Mountain Boy. And that's just the way I like it. Oh, don't get me wrong, wee Gret's is a bonny wee lass, no doubt in that score. Just a shame her ma's a right numpty. I sent wee Gret's a picture of me on the summit of my first Monroe. I was just a wee yin at the time, and I think I was getting a row for trying to nab the old Llama Boy's gammon sandwich. He tried to tell me it was just veggie guff that he had to. Now, did I look like a daft wee dug?